What I wanted to do is I've definitely seen a vision of how we can make a huge global change. Right now, we're in the midst of chaos, and in the chaos, there's going to be a lot of good ideas come up. But you have to recognize what a good idea is and be able to make it work and see where some good ideas are just a repeat of the same game being played over and over again. Venus Project, definitely bad, 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 bad game. It's a repeat of everything that you hate. They're going to sell you everything you want to hear, like you don't have to work, you can be lazy, and you can have everything free and you can do everything you want. I mean, if that's not the ultimate, follow me, life is going to be easy if you follow me, there's a path to your own death if you want to follow that project. Um, the solutions that I see, first of all, need to do this channel and spread some information and see if there's other people on the same page as me. This is going well. Lots of subscribers, lots of positive comments. So, it's ready to go to another level. Taking a few days off to sort of, how to go into another direction. And I still don't think that we're quite ready for it yet. You have to see the opportunities, and I don't think anybody can really see the opportunity yet. But there is a way of getting over 100 billion every month put back into our world. We've had how much money being put into bailouts? Trillions. Trillions have been put into a bailout, and where they spent all of that money clearly didn't last very long. So there still is that level of money. Our money didn't just disappear. It's still there. It's in somebody's bank account. All of the money in the world didn't just disappear. It's all, think of it as we're playing a game of Boardwalk or Monopoly, and all of the money in the world is just owned by the guys that own Boardwalk and Park Place. So it's not like the money all disappeared. It's still there. It just needs to flow down, but it needs to flow down a little bit more effectively. So, I mean, you can look at a pyramid, same thing. The guys at the top are the ones that have all of the money. So the guys at the bottom have zero money. So what we need to do is the guys at the bottom have to be able to manipulate the guys at the top to give them all of your money. So this is where we have to be a little smarter, is what is it they want? What is it that they're willing to pay for? So I'm going to post this challenge to anybody out there that if you got a bailout, what would you do with it? If I gave you 100 million, no, actually 100 billion, what would you do with that money? How could you spend that money and double it? How can you earn more money off of that? How many people would you put to work? And how long will that workforce last? If you can't see how to spend that much money on what appears to be a good idea, then the money won't show up. There is an opportunity. There is massive, massive opportunity to put 100 billion into our economic system. It can't happen right away, but if you don't know what to do with that money, what's the point? So that's why I'm not really going to show you how to get that much money yet. but I want to inspire the thoughts of, where would you spend that money? Where would that money be best used? If the guys at the top don't know where to spend it, if the guys at the bottom had that level of money, what would you do with it? It seems like everybody on the bottom is looking for a leader. You know, we're going to just sit here like lemmings waiting for somebody to guide us into that really good idea. And out of chaos, there's going to be a whole pile of ideas that don't look for the leader. You need to be the leader of your own game. And don't be judging other people to be stupid and not know where to spend that money if you can't tell where to spend that money. Now, transportation is, we need transportation. We need our food to be transported from one destination to another. Food is another thing that we absolutely need, or we're dead. So how can you put 1 billion into an industry that would end up improving our transportation, improving our income, improving our labor force, improving our quality of life? How can you multiply 100 billion? If I invested that money, what would you do with it? And I mean, the auto industry is one of the easiest things. How many people are unemployed right now? How many mechanics out there? How many used cars do we have out there? We can make cars that operate without any gas or any oil. We have machines or motors that can be put into existing cars and transformed into cars that don't need any fuel whatsoever. Now, the guys that have invented all of this, first of all, they don't want you to know about it because they'll either get killed. We've seen that in history, that the guys that are in the oil industry don't want this technology out. So if you end up filing a patent or you let anybody know you have this great invention, they kill you off or they buy you off. There's a lot of fear involved with free energy. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It means that people have to actually want it. So how many mechanics out there, that, mechanically minded can actually learn how to use this new free energy and put it into the cars that we already have? Would that put anybody back to work? And, if we sort of started seeing the numbers of people that would be willing to work, then maybe that sign of all of those people that want to go to work using that technology might be able to pay a lease fee for the guy that has this free energy. And maybe the guy that has the free energy technology doesn't have to sell his idea, but lease his idea out to anybody else that wants to use it. You'd be making more money by leasing it than by selling it. So, and anybody that is a mechanic, if you have customers that be willing to have their card transformed into a free energy card, then get your client list. How many can you do? How many customers can you have? And once you have a customer base, and we start to see thousands of mechanics that want to do that, then all of a sudden money shows up. The people that can afford to buy this newer technology can put deposits down. And that deposit can go by, the guy that wants it changed to the mechanic that wants to do the work. And then, that mechanic goes and pays for, the technology that needs to be leased. And the guy that, has the technology can then put that money towards manufacturing or whatever it takes to put his idea together to spread it out. But you got to see, we've got to create a demand at the bottom, and we've got to see the cash flow up, but we have to start talking about it. You know, I do believe that leasing is the way to go. You will work less and earn more if you are the owner of the labor that you do, and instead of getting paid once for doing your labor, you get paid monthly for doing all of your labor. Don't be necessarily looking for that big buck, but build it to last. And if something lasts, then you are going to be assured of getting more money for a longer period of time. You don't have to do, the work constantly. If you're only going to be paid for doing a job once, then you're going to constantly be chasing your own tail to constantly find that new job. But if you make your one job last and get paid for it all the time, this is a way that we can change the way we build things, because we build things for it to break down so that I'll have another job tomorrow. But if we build things to last, then we're more in harmony with our planet by not creating as much pollution. We're able to, learn more about recycling, and we're able to build a profession where you're earning more, working less, and able to enjoy your life. That's just the auto industry. Everybody has a talent in some area. If I was to give you 1 billion as a stimulus, where would you spend that money? How can you see you multiply that money? How can you see that money putting as many people to work as possible? Don't judge the guys at the top for not knowing where to spend the money if the guys at the bottom can't figure it out either. But I think we're going to pull out of this as soon as people at the bottom start getting a little smarter and know how to draw the attention, draw the money out from the guys that have all of the money. All they need to do, you got to sell them on some kind of concept that makes them want to buy. But yet, there's so many different things that we as humans need, and the guys at the bottom are the ones doing all of the work. So it's time that we at the bottom start saying, you need us, and you better start funding us. Peace out.